birth, so I didn't have to witness all the turmoil and commotion and the bloodshed. Luckily, I was born in a family of literate people who had encouraged me to go into better schools, so that's where I learned English and other languages. I can just speak a little bit of French and a little bit of Persian, besides, of course, my native language. Soon after my graduation, I joined Merchant Marine, Mercantile Navy, and I was there for 9 years. That took me to several places. I have sailed around the world, barring Australia. I've been everywhere. So that opened up my horizon, and I always thought that traveling is the best way of learning. But then, of course, I got bored and I wanted to do something else, so I got down from the sea. That's the terminologies talk about. Onshore, I did my master's. I completed my education. I did my master's in business administration, and then joined this sugar mill, comprising thousands of workers, and I was there as manager admin. For 2 years I was there, and then joined Worldwide Net Fund. And again, that gave me an opportunity of traveling worldwide, because the head offices were in Gland, Switzerland, and they were doing, and the environmental issue was just warming up, like the warming up of the earth. So I was working in close harmony with the World Bank, which had the global global fund allocated for conservation of nature. So that took me to several places: Indonesia, Malaysia, Hong Kong, China, and all of those places. And but then I met several investors and people who were talking about, at that time, small incision cataract surgery being very popular, and I took that as an opportunity. I started this company, gave up my job, and started this company who was importing products from Italy, and that took me to Rome several times, and then France, in Toulouse, which was south of France, and of course United States. And that brought me to the United States, and traveling between Pakistan and the United States, I started comparing the cultures, and I absolutely fell in love with this country. And then, of course, I read a lot of biographies. Benjamin Franklin is my favorite, of course, and I'm still revising it. So that's about myself. And then, about my business. Major part, of course, I wanted to migrate here for my children, for the betterment of the family. But primarily it happened because of the economic reasons. Pakistan decided, in response to India's nuclear detonation device, they detonated, and then sanctions were slammed against the country, and my God, the imports became so expensive, I was no more competitive, so I was wanting to find new avenues, so I came here. And formed this company with no business, because I had to, because of the visa reasons. I wanted to, of course, it required that it was an intra-company executive transfer, so there was a company, but I had to find something quick. And so jewelry business just came like that. I saw a small little kiosk which was affordable, he was willing to sell, and franchises were actually coming out too expensive at that time, so I bought that store. It was doing $9,000 revenue according to the owner. I bought it. The first month I took it over, it did $33,000 and onwards. It was no-brainer business. I mean, for several years I didn't claim any success in that one. Shortly I was having 5 stores in Great Northern, Parma, and Brendel Mall. But then, as a stab in the back, this recession hit. My God, I'd only heard about the recession before the 1933 recession, which I read in Napoleon Hill Post. I thought that was probably a different country, a different era. And all of a sudden, my God, I had to do something. And that's where I started looking into strategies and marketing angles and talking to things and stuff like that. And we had to curtail our operations. And from Parma, I just moved to Great Lakes Mall last August. And we are a jewelry store, comprehensive jewelry stores which does everything which you can think or associate with a jewelry store, from repairs to watches to retail sales of bridal jewelry and of course fashion jewelry. men's jewelry, but how we are different. That's what I wanted to talk about. I have tried to think about a different experience of having a boutique experience with the convenience of mall environment, where you have longer hours, no parking issues, so you can just walk in any time and you still get that experience. And I think the most of my customers do relish that and experience that. I've attended several courses and I found out that the customer experience, I was talking to Kevin the other day, is extremely important for a person to decide, especially an item like jewelry. When you come in, the regular chain stores, by the way, there is practically no competition besides between the independents. You have got this one company who owns everything from Rogers to Jadders to Sales Corporation. They bought the Sales Corporation, PRC Pagoda. Everything is owned by Signet, which is basically UK based, owns Sterling owns all these companies. So they actually try to sell you the things which they have in their showcases with different pricing propositions. But with us, you get that boutique experience in the sense that there's a lot of customization involved. Over the counter, across the counter, you won't find somebody, a salesperson, whose interest is tied up with the commissions he or she makes. It's mostly a jeweler experience. I don't really like to push to my customers to buy something which is in the inventory and try to find out through the small little interviewing process, what is the reason? Is it the bridal only, or is it some kind of celebration of a memory, or is it just a gift? So accordingly, I suggest and I improvise. I try on the basis of improvise, design something for the customer. So that actually puts us apart from that one. And of course, the turnaround time of a typical customized object or product is much faster as compared to the regular chain stores. From several weeks to that can go up to about 8 weeks to a few days, which we have curtailed at our store and our operations. And third important thing is that we do a lot of men's jewelry, and that's something which you won't find in the regular stores, like bracelets, pendants, watches, and stuff like that. A lot of men's jewelry. Also, passion-based or belief-based. Golfers can find their watches. Divers can find their watches with us. Catholic person wants to have some kind of cross. Egyptian aunts are available with us. If you are a Jewish guy, you can actually find your jewelry with us. Muslims. That's what I've tried to set us apart from the other jewelry stores. And what I'm looking for is the customers between the ages of 25 and 65 having an income 50,000 and above, wanting to treat themselves and to buy gifts for their loved ones. This is our typical target market. For bridals, of course, is slightly different. Ideally speaking, I would be interested in finding for the bridals only, for the people who are making 150,000 up. According to the Norse magazine, the average engagement ring is $5,600. That was 2012. So that's a lot of value, but we are not really been able to capitalize on that one because of how it is, because of the mall environment and in the wake of all that advertising and internet things for which we are working on it through stuff. We're working on it, and let's see how it goes. But yes, I would really encourage you guys to at least have one-to-one at our stores. Physically know that how this running out of time. Yeah, then I think that's about it. Again, my name is Nabeel from Selection.